Pennsylvania Real Estate Exam Prep. Let's get started. Which of the following is a requirement for continuing education in Pennsylvania for license renewal? Is it A, 14 hours every 2 years, including mandatory topics? Or B, 30 hours every year? Could it be C, no continuing education required? Or lastly D, 7 hours annually? The correct answer is A. Here is why. 14 hours every 2 years, including mandatory topics, option A, is correct. Option B is incorrect. 30 hours is too high. Option C is incorrect. CE is required. Option D is incorrect. 7 hours annually is not the requirement. Next question. During the first in-person meeting with a potential buyer who has expressed interest in viewing specific properties in Pittsburgh, a Pennsylvania licensee discusses market trends and asks about the buyer's preferred neighborhoods. At what point must the licensee provide the written consumer notice under Pennsylvania agency disclosure rules? Is it A, only when the buyer signs a buyer agency agreement? Or B, at the first substantive discussion about a specific property or properties? Could it be C, before showing any property, but verbal notice is sufficient initially? Or lastly D, at closing or not at all if no representation is chosen? The correct answer is B. Here is why. At the first substantive discussion about a specific property or properties, option B is correct under Pennsylvania regulations requiring the consumer notice at first substantive contact. Option A is incorrect. The notice precedes any agency agreement. Option C is incorrect. Verbal notice is insufficient. Option D is incorrect. The notice must be provided even if no representation is chosen. Next question. In a Pennsylvania transaction involving a residential property, the buyer requests an inspection that reveals a radon level above the EPA action level. Who is primarily responsible for disclosing this if discovered after the agreement of sale? Is it A, the seller, if they knew about it prior? Or B, the buyer's agent, as part of fiduciary duty? Could it be C, the home inspector only? Or lastly D, no one, as radon is not a required disclosure item? The correct answer is A. Here is why. The seller, if they knew about it prior, option A, is correct because the disclosure duty applies to known material defects. Radon is considered a material fact. Option B is incorrect. The buyer's agent's duty is to the buyer, but disclosure obligation lies with the seller. Option C is incorrect. The inspector reports to the client, not the public. Option D is incorrect. Radon is a required disclosure in Pennsylvania. Next question. In Pennsylvania, the Real Estate Licensing and Registration Act, RELRA, prohibits certain conduct. Which action would most likely result in disciplinary action by the Pennsylvania Real Estate Commission? Is it A, a broker advertising a property without the seller's written permission? Or B, a salesperson sharing general market statistics with a potential client? Could it be C, a licensee depositing earnest money into their personal checking account? Or lastly D, a broker refusing to show a property due to the buyer's race? The correct answer is D. Here is why. A broker refusing to show a property due to the buyer's race, option D, is correct because discrimination based on race violates fair housing laws and RELRA. Option A is incorrect. Advertising typically requires seller authorization, but this is less severe than discrimination. Option B is incorrect. Sharing market statistics is permissible. Option C is incorrect. Earnest money must be in a trust account, not personal, but discrimination is a clear violation. Next question. A buyer purchases a property with seller financing. In Pennsylvania, this is most commonly documented using which instrument? Is it A, a deed of trust? Or B, a mortgage note and mortgage? Could it be C, an installment land contract? Or lastly D, a trust deed? The correct answer is B. Here is why. A mortgage note and mortgage, option B, is correct because Pennsylvania uses mortgages, not deeds of trust. Option A is incorrect. Deeds of trust are used in other states. Option C is incorrect. Installment land contracts are used, but less common for seller financing. Option D is incorrect, same as option A. Next question. A Pennsylvania licensee performs a comparative market analysis, CMA, for a potential seller to help determine the listing price. Under Pennsylvania law, this CMA may be provided only if: is it A, it is labeled as an appraisal for accuracy? Or B, it is offered in connection with a potential listing or agency relationship and clearly states it is not an appraisal? Could it be C, the licensee holds an additional appraiser certification? Or lastly D, the seller pays a separate fee for the analysis? The correct answer is B. Here is why. It is offered in connection with a potential listing or agency relationship and clearly states it is not an appraisal. Option B is correct because CMAs are not appraisals and must be distinguished. Option A is incorrect. Labeling as appraisal is false. Option C is incorrect. Appraiser certification is not required. Option D is incorrect. Fee is not required. That's it for today. How many did you score? Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and tell me what topic I should cover next. Bye.